Hello, welcome to today's forum at the City Club of Cleveland. My name is Ralph Delarada, and I have the privilege of presiding over the City Club this year, actually till the end of the month. The City Club of Cleveland was originally established in 1912 to encourage new ideas and a free exchange of thought. We are the oldest continuous free speech forum in the United States, and we have a long and storied tradition of free speech exercised through public debate and discussion. Today, the City Club is an organization where its diverse members participate in wide-ranging, high-quality forums, as well as enjoying great camaraderie. We are a civic center where the Cleveland community comes together each and every week to challenge important ideas. And lastly, we are an electronic forum, not only open to the United States, but to the world as a whole. Today, I have the distinct honor of introducing our first speaker from the Obama administration. As a matter of fact, we're lucky here in Ohio today. I think we have 3 cabinet members visiting the state of Ohio. Sort of underscores how important we are, I think, in the national elections, but also there's so many topical issues happening here in our state today. Our guest speaker is the Honorable Ken Salazar, who was confirmed as the 50th Secretary of the U.S. Department of the Interior last January. As Secretary of the Interior, Secretary Salazar has the important role of formulating policies that balance the preservation of America's natural resources and their productive use for energy, as well as other economical and recreational purposes. Secretary Salazar also has the challenge of reining in the ethical problems that have plagued the Interior Department, especially in the Minerals Management Service. He has won praise for quickly addressing such critical issues, as well as swiftly taking action to cancel controversial Bush-era oil and gas leases near national parks and ending the mountaintop mining rule that was passed in the later days of the Bush administration. Prior to becoming Secretary of the Department of the Interior, Secretary Salazar served Colorado as its 35th United States Senator. While in the Senate, he worked in the Finance Committee, as well as in the Agriculture, Energy and Natural Resources, Ethics, Veterans Affairs, and Aging Committees. Whew, that's quite a list. He became known for his energetic efforts to foster a renewable energy economy, one less dependent on foreign oil. He has also worked tirelessly to improve health care for all Americans, as well as to improve the lives of farmers, ranchers, and others in rural communities. Before he won Colorado's Senate seat, Secretary Salazar served as the state's Attorney General, where he chaired the Conference of Western Attorneys General and won the Profiles of Courage Award for his dedication to preserving and promoting the rule of law. While Attorney General, Secretary Salazar established several crimes units that have helped to address fugitives, gangs, and environmental crimes. He has also served in the cabinet of Colorado's governor as chief legal counsel and as executive director of the Colorado Department of Natural Resources. He previously worked for 11 years as a water and environmental lawyer with some of the top law firms in the West. He is an individual who's deeply connected to America's heartland and its natural resources. His family settled in the West more than 4 centuries ago, before the United States obviously was even a country, and has farmed and ranched Colorado's San Luis Valley for 5 generations. In fact, Mr. Salazar was raised on a remote ranch, I guess without electricity or telephone, and he and his 7 brothers and sisters learned there the values of hard work, of family and faith, and eventually all became first-generation college graduates. Secretary Salazar received a political science degree from Colorado College in 1977 and graduated with a law degree from the University of Michigan in 1981. He has received honorary doctorates of law from Colorado College in 1993 and the University of Denver in 1999. He lives with his wife, Hope. Together they have 2 daughters and 1 granddaughter. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a distinct honor to introduce this highly respected public servant and the first Obama cabinet member to address the City Club. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Ken Salazar to the City Club of Cleveland. So nice to have you with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ralph and James and John and Deb and Al, and I see some wonderful friends from both our national park here as well as people from my prior life. Thank you for doing what you do here for the City Club. I want to introduce Will Shafroth, who is a Deputy Assistant Secretary for Fish and Wildlife and Parks, Matt Lee Ashley, who is one of my communications people, and Jordan Montoya, who is also here as well. Let me start out by saying that it's an honor for me to be here at the City Club of Cleveland and to join such a storied list of speakers who have appeared on this very podium before me in your long and storied history. People like Teddy Roosevelt and Franklin Roosevelt, Rosa Parks, Cesar Chavez, people who inspire this nation in so many ways, and people who you have had the opportunity to have here. In fact, the story of America, I think, may be well written, as James told me, by just simply looking at who you've had here at the City Club in the past. I know both of your senators, Sherrod Brown and George Voinovich. I've worked with them long and hard in the trenches on many issues. I respect them both. And the issues that we face today in America are issues which are not Democrat or Republican issues, they're American issues. We need to get ourselves back on track around the country. We need to get ourselves out of the economic ditch. That's what President Obama is working very hard to do. He wants us to make sure that the people of the state of Ohio, the city of Cleveland, understand that jobs and job creation really is a great challenge for all of us, and we're here with you as we have and share your pain. We know that there are better days ahead. President Obama's vision for our economy and the Economic Recovery Act is we are going to do everything we can within the United States of America, with the people of the United States of America, to get our economy moving again, to create new jobs, and to lay the foundation for conservation and stewardship in America. Before I begin, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about the mission of the Department of Interior, because frankly I think that the story of this Department of America is one that needs to be told a little farther, a little wider, and with much better understanding. When we were created in 1849, a long time ago, we frankly were responsible for things such as the District of Columbia Jail, the universities and hospitals within the District of Columbia, as well as the wilderness areas out in the West, and some other assignments that we had, like pensions. And over time, our mission has evolved. But as our mission has evolved, it has become even a more important mission within all of the activities that we have, which touch the lives of the 304 million Americans in many, many different ways. That mission now spans across 12 time zones here in our world. We have responsibility for 20%. That's 20% of the nation's landmass. 1 out of every 5 acres is within the jurisdiction of the Department of Interior, from our wildlife refuges to our BLM lands to our national parks units all across the country. 400 national parks, 600 wildlife refuges, and more than 26,000 national historic structures in every one of our states around the country. We help provide the bulk of energy that fuels our economy and that heats our homes and powers our commerce. We supply water for drinking, for agriculture, and for industrial uses across much of our country. We uphold the trust responsibilities that the United States has to the hundreds of Native American tribes across the United States. We teach young people to experience the outdoors, to fish, to hunt, and to hike. We have the scientists, thousands of them, in the United States Geological Survey and the Fish and Wildlife Service that help our country understand the challenges that we face, from issues relating to global warming to how we restore rivers and lakes and take on the natural resource challenges of our time. The resources of the department, in my view, are a cornerstone of our economy. Oil and gas and coal from public lands have long powered our commerce. And we know indeed that coal alone from our public lands provide about 50% of the electrical power of the United States. And we know that from our public lands, about a third of the oil and natural gas that is produced in America actually comes from those public lands, including the offshore areas in our coasts. It's companies, however, like Airstream here in Ohio, that benefit so much in a very clear way from the activities and responsibilities of the department.